Welcome to a special episode of Third Angle, where the latest generation of female racers set their sights on Formula One. I'm your host, Paul Haimes from industrial software company PTC. In this podcast, we share the moments where digital transforms physical, and we meet the brilliant minds behind some of the most innovative products around the world, each powered by PTC technology. 2 years before most people can even attempt to get their car license, Formula One drivers in the making are already taking to the track to race in some of the world's fastest cars. At just 15 years old, training begins in the Formula 4 division. And for the young, aspiring female drivers flying up the ranks, something exciting is coming this year. F1 Academy, an all-female driver category. While there are no women competing in F1 right now, this academy is set to change everything. And in this special episode of the podcast, I'm excited to introduce you to championship favourite and woman to watch, 19-year-old Abbi Pulling. Abbi's racing for Rodin Carlin, and we'll meet her in a bit. But first we're going to hear from Kenny Kirwan, Rodin Carlin's F1 Academy team manager. Rodin Carlin has used PTC's computer-aided design software Creo for many years now to develop the race cars and give the drivers the tools to win. So I was eager to get down to meet the team in person. Plus, with my background and love of motorsport, I really couldn't pass up a trip to Silverstone, the home of British motorsport, even if it was snowing. Kenny starts by taking us into Rodin Carlin's garage in the pit lane.
Hi, my name is Kenny Kirwan and I am the F1 Academy team manager for Rodin Carlin in 2023. We're here at snowy Silverstone. Let me take you inside our garage. The heritage pit lane in Silverstone, which is where all of the cars are based during private testing. We have 3 garages here, so it's quite spacious for 3 cars. So the cars are laid out much like a Formula One team would have its cars facing the garage doors. Behind us here we also have an engineering area, and this is where the drivers and engineers will tend to debrief during the runs.
Okay. They will
quickly look at onboard video footage and data which has been generated internally.
And we also have a lot of wet weather tyres here today.
We do
I see
indeed.
Perhaps more wets than slicks.
Wets than slicks, and not many snow tyres, unfortunately. And yeah, we also have plenty of unused fuel at the minute.
Yes.
So we're doing our part for the environment. F1 Academy is a new format which is designed to help encourage and support female drivers who ordinarily would struggle to find a position within motorsport. The drivers have a varying background. Some of them have experience, and many of them, it's envisaged, will step up from a karting background and use the F1 Academy to then launchpad their career moving forwards, hopefully into either other variations of F4, but particularly I think the belief that the ultimate aim is to move into FIA Formula 3, then progressing into FIA Formula 2 with the ultimate goal of a female driver hitting the highest echelons of our sport. The championship is based on 7 rounds with at least 15 testing days attached as part of the format, and testing really is key, which is why we are here today at Silverstone in preparation for this. Some of the venues are really high end, so although we won't be coming to Silverstone, which unfortunately for a British team like Rodin Carlin is unfortunate, but we will get to go to places like icons like Monza, Zandvoort, Barcelona. I think the highlight for everybody will be Austin in Texas as part of the Formula One package itself. So we're really looking forward to racing this year.
Kenny, can you tell me a little bit about the car that the girls are going to be driving this year?
Yeah, sure. We'll head over. So the car is based on a Tatuus FIA F4 platform, so we share many of the common components.
Yeah.
So the car will have a 1.4 turbocharged R-Bath power unit supplied by Autotecnica in Italy. The gearbox is French, so we're quite European. 6-speed sequential SADEV gearbox. The chassis itself is Tatus, which also originates from Italy. The car itself generates 160 brake horsepower with a top speed of 240 kilometers an hour. But the difference is that the weight of the car is roughly around about 600 kilograms. So approximately a third of the weight of a high-performing sports car. So we have a lot of torque, and the car it has front and rear wings, much like a regular Formula One or Formula car, with the latest safety specifications. So it also comes with the halo, the survival cell, which is the headrest, and the carbon fiber monocoque. Everything is FIA crash tested. It's really, as a car, it's a very high level entry.
Can we maybe just fire it up and see what it sounds like?
Yeah, absolutely. So just going to plug in the jump battery here, crank for some oil pressure, because although it's a road car engine, it's been modified. So it does have a dry sump system, so we will pump oil around the engine. And then we will make some noise.
Okay, over to you. The car is the same for all the drivers, so it really puts the emphasis on the skill of the driver, but also the team and how they set the car up to get the best out of it for the track they're at.
Absolutely. So really, it's what we call a spec formula, where all cars are supplied by Tatus and controlled by the promoter and the scrutineering teams that do a very good job of checking that the teams are in line. We don't take any unfair advantages, but you're correct. The team have marginal setup changes, and really it's about squeezing the performance, the maximum performance and gains that we can from the driver, from the mechanics, from the engineers, and ultimately it's a package. And everything in that package needs to work correctly in order for us to come out with poles and podiums at the end of it.
That's great, which is what everybody's aiming for.
We all are, absolutely.
Okay. All right, well I hope it's a fantastic season for you and Rodin Carlin in Formula One Academy.
Cheers, Paul, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Abbi Pulling. I'm racing in the F1 Academy this year with Rodin Carlin, and I'll be supported by the Alpine Academy.
Abbi, let's start with a little bit about your early career and your route to where we are today here at F1 Academy.
Yeah, so my early career, I started racing at the age of 8, but even before then I was at a racetrack from probably the age of 2 or 3, to be honest, or since I can remember, with my dad. So he did long circuit endurance motorbike racing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how I'm kind of here today because of him. So.
And started in go-karts? Or
go-karting.
In go-karts and then into
go-karting at the age of 8, got my own car, went to do some kind of lower level stuff, and then got a bit more serious as the years gone on, and progressed quite nicely.
Brilliant, that's great. Okay, and then tell me, who were the inspiration, apart from your dad, but who else was it Danica Patrick, Catherine Legg, some of the names of the female drivers out there today, or was it the Ayrton Sennas of the world and people like that?
I obviously grew up watching Two Wheels.
Right,
so
yes, okay.
MotoGP, so I actually was a big Valentino Rossi fan.
Okay.
So me and my dad, maybe my dad would scream at the TV on the weekends. And he's just someone that I've watched since a very young age, and still today I follow him and see what he's doing. He's gone to do GTs now in the Bathurst and things like that, DTM. So I think his kind of morals and his view on motorsport is similar to me. Just make sure you're enjoying it. He does. He's done MotoGP, he's done Rallycross, he's done so many different things, and it's something that I'd like to do. Try my hand in a bit of everything.
Okay.
When I get to that point in my career where I can get away with it. And just make sure that I'm enjoying it. The last thing that my dad would always say to me in karting, when he could get beside me on the grid, was go out and have fun. So that's sticking with me.
Let's talk a little bit about F1 Academy, and then why is that important to you as a female racer to have that option?
I think it's huge. I think, females nowadays, they have to see it to believe it, and I never really had that when I was getting into karts at the age of 8. Like I say, my role model was a male. It was Valentino Rossi. So there wasn't much female representation, and now I think that is improving, and it's such a positive place, such a positive time to be in motorsport, and it's just constantly getting better and better, and it's the championship itself is helping with my development and seat time and things like that, but it's also showing the younger people that, if it's not me that breaks the barriers, it will be that 10-year-old watching, hopefully. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's great. And then with Carlin, we've worked with Carlin for many, many years, but just talk to me about how they're helping with your development and your tutoring in the car. Yeah, we're doing a lot kind of behind the scenes, so it's actually probably more at the factory and at the workshop than actually on track that we're doing. A lot on the simulator. Was it yesterday? Maybe the day before? Yeah. The day before it was, practicing for today, although the conditions are a bit sketchier than what we could simulate. Yeah, sure. It was all productive and just running through the season at this point. I've almost done the whole season race calendar before I've actually gone there. So
you've been on all the tracks on the simulator.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously my engineer Mark, he'll be there with me, and it's nice to have that person that you can keep going to, and I have him for the year basically to pick his brains. Yeah, no, that's great. Good stuff. And I hear some people get a little bit of motion sickness in the simulator. You're all okay with that? I've known a few people that have thrown up. Like I know one of my friends from the W Series. She threw up a few times, but no, I've never had that problem. Okay. So I'm quite okay with it. Tell me, what's the end game? Is it to get all the way to Formula One? Does something like sports cars or even Formula E, Extreme E, does all of that hold interest for you? Yeah, I think I'm interested in all different aspects of motorsport, as I've said, and obviously I think any young racing driver my age in a category like this would say that their aim is to be in Formula One, and I'd say mine is pretty similar. I want to get to Formula One or as close as I can, but my options are open. I'd probably take an opportunity in something like Formula E. I've got quite a big interest in that. I follow it quite religiously nowadays, and it's a lot more complicated than people probably think. And other things like rallycross. I love rallycross. Probably not two wheels. We'll go to that. Okay. Even endurance racing. I think something that I really want to do in my career is drive an LMP2 car or a hypercar. Around the places like Spa, Le Mans, and things like that. So anything really. No, well, that's great, isn't it? Have all your options open. Yeah, no, 1,000%. But at the moment, it's the sole focus is single seaters and F1. But it leads to so many different avenues because you learn the fundamentals in the F1 Academy, and in other formulas you learn the fundamentals that you need in any other category, really. Yeah, no, that's great, Abbi. Well, listen, I wish you all the luck. I'm a big fan this season. I'll be following the F1 Academy, and have a great season. Thank you very much. No problem. Thanks to Abbi and Kenny for showing us around Rodin Carlin's garage at Silverstone, and for giving us an insight into the exciting F1 Academy. Please rate, review, and subscribe to our bi-weekly Third Angle episodes wherever you listen to your podcasts, and follow PTC on LinkedIn and Twitter for future episodes. This is an 1860 production for PTC. Executive producer is Jackie Cook, sound design and editing by Ollie Guillou, recording by Will Chalk, and music by Rowan Bishop.